I'm half Filipino, half British by birth, but I was born and raised abroad. I've spent nearly my whole life in England, and I can't wait to explore the rich Filipino culture, the rich Filipino heritage, and learn what it means to be truly Filipino. And what better place is there to undergo a journey of cultural revelation than the province of Kalinga? The province of Kalinga is located in the Cordillera, which is situated in the northernmost part of the Philippines. Kalinga contains nearly every type of terrain, from steep mountainous peaks and valleys through to plateaus, rolling hills and open expanses of lowlands. The rugged mountain landscapes contain peaks rising to almost 2,500 metres, their sides covered in lush forests. Kalinga is a province rich in culture and heritage, famous for its tribal ancestry. Rice farming is an integral part of the region. Indeed, the Kalinga people are renowned for their rice terraces, as well as their skilled craftsmen who produce beautiful woven baskets, potteries and fabrics. We'll be staying at the Golden Berries Hotel, which is located near the centre of Tabuk City, the capital of Kalinga. Its warm and friendly staff are always ready at hand to help. It's the perfect place to recuperate after a long day's adventure, and in Kalinga there are certainly many adventures to be had. One of the best times to visit Kalinga is during the Ulalim Festival. The Ulalim Festival is a week-long festivity held every February, which showcases the rich cultural heritage of the province. It celebrates the founding of Kalinga as a province. Formerly, the province was part of the province of Kalinga Apayao. However, in 1995, the province was divided into two separate provinces, Kalinga and Apayao. The festival is held in Tabuk City. Peoples from all walks of life come from far and wide to participate in the festivities. The festival is one of the highlights of the year. Every day, the streets become a wash of colour, music and dance, a menagerie of motion parading through the city of Tabuk, bringing the party to the people. There are many other fun activities to partake in throughout the course of the week, such as the numerous live musical performances, parties and dance competitions. Amongst the attractions there are also the Trade and Industrial Fair. The stalls displaying a wide variety of goods produced from the surrounding areas, with many modern items given a traditional Kalinga twist. Agriculture is certainly an integral part of Kalinga. The agricultural fair showcases the plentiful produce of the province. The agricultural exhibit area lies atop Capitol Hill of Tabuk City. There are several stalls at the fair, each stall representing the produce from each municipality.
Okay, so we have some locally made wine from about 75 kilometres up the road. So this is made from?
This is made from sugar cane.
Sugar cane.
Yeah.
Is it tasty?
Yes, you can taste it. We have a glass also here.
Oh, it smells strong. It smells sweet and strong.
But you can pay it, sir.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's try.
Yeah, you try it. And that is balbalan made.
And this is, what's the name? Balbalan sugarcane wine. Oh, that's nice. It's not that strong. It's actually quite sweet. Sweet, yeah, it's really sweet.
And then it's so fun. It will help to.
That's great. It helps with.
So you buy it. So that you can bring it. You can bring it somewhere.
Yeah. I think your tactic is to get your customer drunk, and then they will buy many.
The store owners are certainly armed with some very compelling sales tactics. However, the biggest industry in Kalinga by far is rice farming. Rizal and Tabuk, with their flat lands, are the biggest rice producers. Next in rice production are the mountainous areas of Baubalan, Lubwagan, Pasil, Pinukpuk, Tinglayan and Tanudan, which are famed for their terraces. Rice dominates the landscape. The rice terraces are ancient, formed from stone or mud walls. They're a wonder to behold, truly an awe-inspiring sight. The work that must have gone into making them is staggering. They flow so naturally along the contours of the valley, almost as if nature made them on their own accord. They are naturally fed from the mountainside water, truly a marvel of engineering. These terraces have withstood the test of time and will endure for many more years. One of the thriving industries in Kalinga is the coffee industry, which is the second biggest industry after rice production. Out of the 8 municipalities which comprise Kalinga, 7 produce coffee. The Kalinga blend is a combination of 3 varieties of coffee: Robusta, Excelsior and Arabica. Robusta and Excelsior make up the main body of the coffee and give the coffee its taste, whereas Arabica gives the coffee its aroma. In general, the higher its content, the more expensive the blend.
One particular unique feature about the people of Kalinga, also known as the Inkalingas, is their tattoos.
And tourists come from far and wide to acquire them. For the Kalinga, they are a sign of strength, endurance and beauty.
Could you talk us through the significance of your tattoo?
This is one form of Kalinga body art,
Okay.
which is very unique to the Kalingas and to some other parts of the Cordilleras. And for the men, it speaks of honor.
So for men it's like
Honor.
honor and strength.
For the women, it's for beauty and strength.
Okay, these are certainly beautiful tattoos.
Yeah.
Traditionally for men, the tattoos speak of honour. They had to earn the right to wear one by killing for honour or in defence of one's territory or people.
Like, for example, somebody attacks your village and you have to defend it and you're very successful, then you did it for honor, right?
Yes, of course.
So that's how you earn your tattoo.
Indeed, the Kalinga were also known by the name of the headhunters of the north. While men would earn their tattoos through honourable deeds, the women would be free to wear them as signs of beauty, strength and status in the community. Also, the tattoo was part of the rites of passage of women into adulthood.
As soon as you reach the age of puberty before, then you get your tattoo. Otherwise, you will be despised as a woman.
Okay, so that's
So
like
that-
a ritual of maturity almost.
So that it's a sign of beauty, strength, and your status in the community also.
She's known as the last living tattoo artist. She's from Bugskalan, Tinglayan. She's over 94 years of age and still going strong. She's a grandmaster in her field with years upon years of experience. Her tools are simple, with only a bamboo stick with a thorn on one end and a second stick used as a hammer. She works her craft and produces intricate works of art.
The ink is made from the soot, from the fire,
Really?
particularly pine wood, and they scrape it very carefully from the, and then they mix it. The traditional way of doing it is they mix it with sugarcane juice.
Wow, so it's charcoal and
Sugarcane juice, that was before, but now with sugarcane juice no longer available,
Yeah.
it's plain water.
It is said that being a tattoo artist is not something that can be learnt. Rather, it must come from within. the last tattoo artist herself proudly wears her tattoo sleeves for all to see. The tattoos have many meanings and interpretations. A python placed upon the shoulders is said to represent strength, and a sign of a mighty warrior would be the majestic eagle, placed either on the warrior's back or chest. Some tattoos form a sleeve completely enveloping the arms. It is sometimes called a dead art, as tattoos went through a period of being taboo. People stopped getting them.
When our parents became educated, the educators taught us that tattooing is barbaric. It's for pagans. So that before you were despised when you don't have a tattoo if you're a woman.
Once a badge of honour and a mark of beauty, they fell almost into obscurity. Traditionally, sleeves would consist of a sole pattern only. However, some opt to have all the designs made into one to become a living canvas exhibiting the full spectrum of tattoo artistry in the hope of preserving their tattoo culture. Fortunately, tattoos are recently undergoing a mini renaissance, with many young people now choosing to wear the smaller tattoos with pride. Even young tattoo artists are taking upon the mantle of their ancestors, assuring the tradition's longevity for many, many more years to come. The Kalinga tattoo, a form of body art and a remnant from the times of the headhunters. There are many other activities to be enjoyed over the course of the Olaling Festival. One of the more adventurous ones is the zip line.
Okay, so apparently I had a choice between a tattoo and the zip line. I chose the zip line. I'm absolutely mortified. The wind is blowing really strong. I have no idea how I'm going to get attached to that strange creation. And the zip line goes across a river and a road, so if I fall down, I am absolutely screwed. But it looks like it's going to be good fun, and fingers crossed, I'll survive. But I've been rest assured it should be safe, but nobody else wants to join me. So it should be good fun though. And we'll go through the safety checks and hopefully see you on the other side.
It's now time to put on the safety harness, and of course, the all-important safety helmet. With all the safety equipment in check, it's time to attach the zip line and then take the plunge into oblivion and commit to gliding over the flowing river and busy road. The zip line was just a taster of what this province has to offer in terms of excitement and thrills. The River Chico is one of Cordillera's longest rivers, have an estimated length of over 176 kilometres. It meanders through the centre of Kalinga and provides an invaluable source of irrigation to the Kalinga people, feeding their fields upon fields of rice paddies. The river shapes the land as it flows, cutting through the rock to create striking rock faces and steep-sided valleys. Its waterways also provide essential transport links for the local people, as well as serving as a place to have a nice, cool, refreshing bath. The Chico River is also renowned for whitewater rafting. And what better way is there to explore the surrounding scenery than to give it a go?
I'm feeling an array of conflicting emotions. On one hand, I'm incredibly excited. On the other hand, I'm also incredibly nervous. It's the first time I've ever gone whitewater rafting, and we're here to brave the torrential waters of River Chico. Hopefully we'll survive unscathed and get back home nice and safely. Hopefully this won't be my last activity I'll be doing on this trip. I can't wait. So now it's time to get ready, get booted up and check out the life rafts.
With my life jacket on, I feel like I'm ready to face the forces of the river. Before embarking on our adventure, our expert guides school us in the art of rowing, showing us the various techniques and variations in paddling. From what I gather, apparently the key thing is to make sure your feet are securely locked in, and then everything will be fine. But before I cast off, I had a few questions to ask.
It's safe, yeah?
Most exciting part of rafting if someone falls off the boat.
How often does that happen?
70%.
What? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm hoping I'm one of those 30%.
30%. Don't panic.
Yeah.
Don't panic, okay? Your PFD will pop you out.
Okay.
Then orient yourself, okay?
Yeah.
This is upriver, that is downriver. When you pop up, facing upriver, use your hands as paddles. Always face downriver.
Yep.
Always face downriver, okay? When you're facing upriver, you can't see what's approaching, okay?
River monster.
Face downriver, okay?
Yep.
And do defensive swimming. Defensive swimming is lie on your back. Face downriver, lie on your back, okay? Knees bent, your arms as balance, okay? Your toes must be on the surface, okay? We have throw bag rescue. We will throw you this bag. Don't grab the bag.
Alright.
Okay? Grab the rope. Grab the rope. Okay? Grab the rope with both hands. Lie on your back. We'll pull you in.
Okay. But 70% of the time, I'm really hoping I'm that lucky 30%. So fingers crossed.
After the safety talk and receiving several handy tips, it's time to cast off. Whitewater rafting in Kalinga can be done throughout the year. However, the prime time to raft is from June through to early January, as this is when the river runs most powerful. Fortunately for me, February is a time when the water levels are relatively low. Nevertheless, the ride is still thrilling. Whitewater rafting is suitable for all ages, shapes and build, and no experience is needed. The river provides the perfect platform to view some of Kalinga's picturesque scenery, and there are many glimpses of Kalinga culture to have on the way. See beautiful geological features, sheer rock faces, and explore the Kalinga wilderness while riding the River Chico. I have to admit though, sometimes it can get extremely confusing when you hear left side paddle, right side paddle, and so forth, and you have no idea which side is left and which side is right, as the raft keeps turning around following the will of the river. However, it doesn't really matter, as you're always in the hands of the experts. After 4 hours, our journey is at the end, but it really didn't feel that long at all.
Well, I survived. That's certainly not an experience for the faint-hearted. My heart was racing through a lot of that. There's loads of mixed emotions. Sometimes we'll be gliding along the nice, calm, tranquil river, appreciating the beautiful rockscapes. Then you'll hear this thunderous roar and the white water's approaching, and then you start feeling your heart racing. And then you go down, you feel the big bumps, then you feel the bitter cold of the water and it envelop you, and you're just gonna fall over, and everybody's looking at me thinking I'm crazy because it's just a small bump. But it's really, really great fun. Definitely an experience worth having while here.
Many of the villages of Kalinga are nestled amongst the highest heights of the mountains, requiring off-roading or long treks to get there. As the old adage goes, the harder the journey, the sweeter the rewards, and Kalinga is a place where that certainly holds true. The mountainsides are home to many beauties which are lying in wake, just waiting to be discovered. Our travel takes us to the municipality of Pasil, an area mainly comprised of rugged terrain. It is situated in the southwestern part of the province of Kalinga and is west of the city of Tabuk. Waterfalls erupt from the sides of the valley, emerging from the vegetation to cascade down its sides. There are so many wonderful waterfalls to be seen, each of varying shapes, sizes and power. The underlying river has carved some truly impressive landscapes, parting the two sides of the land to form a natural barrier that makes zigzags across the landscape. The only way to get from one side of the river to the other is via the numerous bridges which span the valley's expanses.
Okay, I've seen the film Indiana Jones and I've seen the Rope Bridge before, so I'm actually terrified. I feel like I'm walking to certain doom, so I should make it over. We're in Pasil in Barangay Balatok, and there's several of these bridges that stretch throughout the valley. So I'm going to be brave, I'm going to take the dive, and hopefully see you on the other side. Okay, wish me luck. I try not to look down because that's just scary. The bridge is shaking. Oh my word. It is windy. The bridge is shaking. The views are absolutely amazing from up here. But every time the wind goes, you can feel the bridge shake and it's a bit terrifying. And if you look down, no, I'm not going to look down anymore. But it's beautiful. Ah! That is so scary. Oh wow. Safe. Wow. Yeah, that was scary. When the wind comes and the bridge starts to wobble and then you're looking down and you can see how far up you can, how far you might fall, that's pretty scary. But people do this on a daily basis, I guess, because it's so remote to get to. But I'm pretty proud of myself, I've made it across. Unfortunately, we've got to go back. So I'm only halfway through the ordeal. Oh. I think Carabaos might use that bridge. I saw some Carabao presents at the beginning of the bridge and after, so who knows.
The same forces which created the mountains are still at work deep beneath our feet.
Oh my.
The area of Pasil has several geothermal vents strewn across the landscape, belching steam from the deepest depths of the earth. The area is also rich in hot springs. To get to the closest springs, we must continue the trek off the beaten path.
Whew. Which is actually pretty scary. I think this is a sign telling us not to go, but who cares? Let's go. Oh my word.
The water issuing forth from the hot springs comes from the water heated deep below the surface, from either geothermal action, the water trickling down to the depths of the earth and being heated by the rocks, or by the presence of magma.
It's really strange actually. You put your hand over there and sometimes it's lukewarm and then sometimes it'll burn your hands off. So you have to be careful, but it's really nice. And this weird white stuff is natural salt. Does it taste nice? Just taste the salt. it's nice though. But yeah. Wow. It's nice. So obviously, from my point of view, it's a tourist attraction. It's a really remarkable thing to see, a natural hot spring. But don't forget, many people live here. This is their daily way of life. And I just found a bar of soap. So why take a bath in the cold river when you can come up here and have a nice hot bath? So it's terrific what you see. So not only is it beautiful, it's practical as well. The short, heart-racing adventure was certainly worth it. You can find beauty in the most remotest of places, a tableau untouched by time, away from anything man-made. It's really beautiful. One of nature's finest creations, with water as the sculptor. I'm so happy I braved the bridge and the scary cliffs to get here.
It's time to continue the journey onto some of the remote villages in the area. The journey ahead is long, and one with many steps to climb before reaching our final destination. Along the way, there are many beautiful sights to witness, such as the picturesque rice terraces which hug the mountainside, the striking scenery which extends as far as the eye can see. Feel the fresh mountain air filling one's lungs, almost feeling one with nature. For us city dwellers, the journey is somewhat tough, however the locals seem to do it with ease.
That was an absolute epic journey. I'm absolutely exhausted. I can't believe how many steps there were. I must have lost count after about the millionth step. And what greeted me when I got here, of all things, was a basketball court. I just can't believe it. On a steep hill, they found enough flat space to build a basketball court. It's absolutely fantastic. Surprisingly, there are over 200 houses here. So imagine climbing up and down every day. It took us 1 hour alone, maybe even 2, to trek up here, and we're absolutely exhausted. So imagine doing that on a daily basis. It's unreal. Okay, so I'm going to take a shot using my basketball skills, which I have to warn you, a total about 0. I'm going to go for 3 points, so give me luck. All right then, let's go. Oh, yeah, we can pretend that went in.
After playing some basketball, it's time to get a well-earned rest. As the new day breaks in, the village and surrounding landscape takes on a magical quality. A feeling of peace and tranquility overcome me as I witness the clouds envelop and shroud the mountainside. With breakfast out the way, it's time to explore this remarkable a sight to behold. This isolated community set in the mountain is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Something lost out of time.
What are you playing? Badminton? There's a random cockerel in the middle of the street there. Oh! And then there's another killer chicken on the loose. I think he's escaped. Is that chicken or cockerel? One amazing thing is that every house has running water, yeah? All these pipes, they're all going around the whole of the village as fresh mountain water. So all the water's nice and cold, nice and fresh and refreshing. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to get lost. Luckily, we're being guided. But there's so many hidden alleyways, little pockets of animals hidden everywhere. Hello. Okay, back on track.
The village of Balatok is a jewel of the mountains. The people are warm, friendly and hospitable. It's truly remarkable that such places still exist in today's modern world. The journey back is equally spectacular. We took a different route back to take in even more of the breathtaking scenery.
I feel like an intrepid explorer, exploring the wilds of the Kalinga Mountains. We're about halfway down, and I think I deserve a well-earned rest to take in the beautiful scenery. You can see some beautiful, vivid, lush colours, the lush tropical vegetation, the strange pigmented rocks and the vivid colours of the water, and it's truly a sight to behold. It's something really spectacular and certainly worth the trek.
The epic journey is almost at an end. However, there is one final hurdle which lies ahead.
I can hear the thunderous roar of the river beneath me, gallons and gallons of water torrenting past. And what sets before me is this terrifying bridge. I thought the first bridge was scary. This good bridge is epic. It was built in 1985, according to the plaque down there. And I can see there's holes in the bridge, big enough for my foot to slip through. This is absolutely terrifying. I'm actually contemplating walking all the way back round to the other bridge. But no, I'm going to be brave. This could be my last, hopefully not. So I'm going to take the plunge and cross the bridge. It's probably most sensible not to look down, but I have to look down because there's so many holes in the bridge. Oh, this is terrifying. I'm not even across yet and I can feel the metal flex underneath my feet. I'm actually shaking in terror. Oh. Seriously, I can hear the metal's blowing underneath my feet. I don't know what's better, to go slowly or quickly. Oh, this is so, oh my word. I think the best tactic is, if the bridge goes, I'm going to grab on and swing for it. Whew. Right, I'm trying to avoid the scary bits. Oh my word. Oh. This is perhaps the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life. 20 times scarier than a roller coaster, a million times scarier than a roller coaster. My leg's shaking, and I just can't, I gotta go. Oh. I wish I was further along. If you just look down, it's mortifying. Looking down is just makes it even more terrifying. My leg's shaking. Look at that. There's holes in the bridge. Definitely a once in a lifetime experience. Emphasis on the once. I will never ever do this again. Yeah, I feel safe now. We're over land. That was terrifying. Well, that was absolutely terrifying, a very traumatic experience, particularly because I kept on looking down. But you have to look down, because if you misstep or something like that, you trip over and then you're gone. But I'm really proud of myself, actually. Okay, onwards and upwards.
Another jewel of the mountains can be found in the municipality of Bauballen. Bauballen is a quiet village that takes you back in time. After several more steps, we finally make it to the roadside. A trip well worth it. The mountains of Kalinga are rich in natural wonders, such as geothermal vents, hot springs, steep-sided valleys with breathtaking views. The isolated villages exude charm and beauty. All these things make the Kalinga mountainside a must-see place to visit. These are not the only riches that the mountains hold. It is said that the mountainsides are also rich in gold deposits, and that Kalinga contains nearly all the gold in the Cordilleras.
I've had a fantastic time exploring the rich cultural and historical heritage of Kalinga. It's been great. I've really enjoyed the Ulalim Festival, the bright colours, the lovely parades, as well as the Call of 1,000 Gongs. That was quite a spectacular feat to achieve. I've also enjoyed the hiking through the picturesque mountainside, the lovely rivers, and of course the scary bridges. It's truly an amazing place to visit, especially if you're into hiking and you love to see some really true native heritage that the Philippines has to offer.